Om Shanti, good day, warm welcome to Power Boost. My name's Judi, and it's lovely to be with you for this session. I find myself thinking about listening is such a powerful art to have. Again, any of these aspects that really invite us to be more subtle and attentive is very, very useful. But listening is huge. Obviously, listening when in conversation with others, so communication is increased and misunderstanding can be decreased, which saves everyone's time and often their hearts as well. So listening to others, very, very important. Listening to the scenes and situations around us, being able to listen to the signals, what is the drama or the world unfolding, perhaps inviting us to do. That was very, very critical in the last few years, to really listen. And of course, top of the list is being able to listen to the self. And there's many things that can mute, distort, or even repress being able to hear. I remember when involved in dance, the body would be yelling, screaming, don't do that, this is very painful. But we would sort of override those noises. We call it tolerance, override. Why? I don't know. Maybe sometimes it was ego, comparing, competing. These are the types of forces that can really distort attachment, fear, stress, really distort listening. So this art of listening, I find very critical. Of course, we want to grow, we want to challenge. But there is a difference between challenging the self and damaging the self. That fine line requires excellent listening skills. So let's go inside and see if we can start to listen to what often is quite subtle. Sitting quietly, comfortably. The first thing I become aware of are the physical ears, this physical sense of listening, being quiet for just a moment or two, to just observe that physical sense, the physical ears, and how they pick up on the sounds in the physical world. Even if I'm seated in a space I think is completely quiet, there's still noise, and it can be external noise, a hum, but more often it's inner noise. So even just being in a quiet space allows me to hear more clearly the inner noise, what's going on internally, not physical sound, but spiritual or non-physical sound within my inner world. So I take my attention inside. And again, not using my physical ears, but if you will, my inner ear, I start to listen to what's happening in my inner world. There are always thoughts speaking. in my inner world, the mouth of the mind is always working. But there's a difference between words or thoughts and the message. What's beneath my thoughts? Perhaps there were thoughts about the body. I'm hungry. There's a pain here. I'm tired. Or thoughts about day-to-day life. I've got to do this. I've got to talk to that person. I left this unfinished. What about this? All sorts of thoughts about the physical world around me, including the body. But let me listen again. Is there another layer of sound beneath what I first heard inside? I'm beginning to really hear what's happening in my inner world. Almost every thought, if not every thought I create, has a need behind it. Can I hear it? It's as if I'm hungry for something, and it's being expressed in all of these thoughts on the surface. Why do I have to do so much? Why does what that person say affect me? What's underneath? That's what I want to listen for. That hunger inside for love and regard. Every thought motivated by the need for love and regard. If I listen, I can actually start to give the self what I'm seeking. But realizing it probably can't be found outside. Turning inwards to respond to what I've heard. A pure source of love and regard. The words listen and silent are so connected. Rather than going out into sound, I'm going to turn inwards into increasingly silent space inside. A very sacred space where there's no sense of time, no pressure of time. There's not those usual thoughts or noises in the mind. A very simple, silent space where I can be quiet and still. Almost like an inner meditation room. I move into that quiet space, that silent space, where I can hear so much more easily what's happening under the surface. Can hear that there's a desire to let go of so much and also take in what is lacking. Becoming so quiet and still hearing that craving for self-respect and self-love. I visualize in the center of that inner sanctuary a single candle, a single spark of light. And focus my attention there, as if that candle is reminding me of the lightness within the cell, the essence of the cell, the beauty of the cell. Yes, we use candles at times of celebration, but in this moment, that candle is representing a celebration of my cell. Just taking a moment to appreciate the specialities and qualities of the cell. Listening to the qualities of the cell. Listening to the heart, where the memory and impressions of those qualities is stored. Every human soul is extremely precious, but we spend so much time listening to things outside, we forget. In this quiet moment with the cell, just celebrating the beauty of the cell, the value of the cell, love and respect for the cell. I am a beautiful soul, a kind soul, a pure soul. It takes a while because it's been a while since I actually spoke and listened to the self in this way. So I will return again and again to this quiet space where I can celebrate the self. And as I come out into the physical world, I might be able to listen to others more deeply from a place of appreciation as well. Om Shanti.